Alright guys, it's Ian here once again with another hip and glute based circuit. What we're going to do this time is a sideline or side positioned circuit. Alright, so we're remaining in a sideline position throughout for all the exercise in the sequence. With this one, what we're going to do is a sideline hip flexed leg lift. Then we're going to do a sideline leg lift, so there's no hip flexion as such involved in the second one. Then we're going to move on to a sideline high knee lift. Then we're going to go into a sideline high knee lift with the foot constantly elevated throughout the range of motion or throughout the movement. And then finally it'll be a bottom leg lift. Alright, so we're getting a lot of hip flexor, glute and inner thigh type work. Alright, so again I'll demonstrate it in two different positions, two different angles so you can see. What to do is generally do them on a mat, alright, so you have a little bit of padding. So sideline position basically means get your body in a sideline position so you're stacked, your legs are stacked on top of each other. Now if you're using a floor like I am and you have a tiled area, so you have a line as such, use that to set your body up, okay? So I'm pretty much in line here with this. This arm is out so I can relax my head onto it. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to pull my knees forward slightly so now my hips are flexed. With my top leg, I'm going to keep my thighs aligned but extend the top leg, okay? So now I'm going to do straight leg lift with the hips flexed. So I'm going to turn my toe down, pointed towards the ground. Nice tempo on the movements, not too fast, not too slow. Again, I'm not trying to lift my leg as high as possible. Just remember, if I turn my foot out, my toe up, I'm going to get a little bit too much hip flexor. So I want to point the foot down towards the ground, point my toe down. Okay, so that's exercise 1, hip flexed, straight leg lift. Now I'm going to go back into my straight line body position here and do the same exercise, but this time I don't have my hips in a flexed position. So same motion, not too high. Turn the toe down towards the ground or the opposite foot. Again, with all these exercises, you're doing 10 to 15 repetitions. With this series of exercises, we're staying on one side and doing all the exercises, then going to the opposite side because it's too much hassle going from one side to the opposite and back and so on. Alright, so now the third exercise what I'm going to do is make a fist, place it into the ground just in front of my chest, keep my elbow out and up, and then from here I'm going to do high knee lift. So bring my knee to the elbow. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 to 15 of these in the sequence. Then what I would do is the same action, but instead of bringing the foot back to meet the other foot, I'm going to constantly keep the foot elevated. So the foot never comes back down to the opposite foot. And then the last exercise will be to work the inner thigh of the opposite leg. So what we're going to do, we can do it two ways. I can either just bring this foot here and relax it down and then lift the bottom leg. Or what I can do is pull this foot up so the foot is flat, hold it at the ankle and then lift. So what happens here with this, in this position here, as opposed to this position, is I'm actually getting a little bit of a stretch out on my glutes that I'm just after being working. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll do it side on so you can see from the side. So I should have my body in a straight line to the camera here. Okay, bring my knees forward so the hips are flexed. Straighten this top leg, point the toe down, and go through my repetitions with a nice controlled tempo. Do my 10 to 15 repetitions. Straighten my body back out. Turn the foot down. Do another 10 to 15 repetitions. Then I'll place my fist down, elbow out, and do my high knee. Knee to elbow. Fourth exercise, raise the foot up. Bring knee to elbow again. Constantly keep the foot raised. last and fifth exercise, drop the top leg down and lift the bottom leg. Or if I want to kind of stretch out this hip, this glute, pull the foot in flat, hold it at the ankle, and now lift the bottom leg. Okay, so there you have it, 5 different exercises in that sequence. Do all the exercises on one side and then swap over to the opposite side. 10 to 15 repetitions on each of the exercises. And again, normally I would use this in a warm-up if I was doing a sprint day or something like that. Or I might just do it in a warm-up if I was doing like a leg day. Usually just 1 round. Sometimes I'll do 2 if I'm just doing a bit of core training or something like that at home. You know, so where I'm doing some type of anterior core, then I'll do something for the hips and glutes. Alright?